Welcome back to Movies TV Mad. I'm Mick, your host with the most. Just ask your girlfriends and your wives. A very warm welcome to my daily video. Today we're giving the DCU updates a rest and the chat a rest just for one day, if you bear with me, because you know I love Doctor Who, you know I care about Doctor Who, and we also talk about Doctor Who on this channel. We can talk about any forms of entertainment on this channel. That's why this platform is called Movies TV Mad. You can follow me on X, Twitter at Movies TV Mad, and on Instagram and on Threads at Movies TV Mad X. So the Sun is reporting that Doctor Who has been cancelled, that season 2 or season 15 or season 40, whatever it is at this point, this whole numbering of seasons has become ridiculous, but apparently this upcoming season that we're going to see in March or April, whenever it is the final season, and the decision has been taken to cancel Doctor Who. This would be a devastating decision for many Doctor Who fans. I know the show's creative quality isn't what it was. I know it's become more about political sound bites and stuff like that. And I know there's some sections of the fandom that think it's the best thing for Doctor Who all round if it's cancelled. The Timeless Children thing, the Doctor, basically our beloved, our William Hartnell, our beloved First Doctor, is according to canon now, not the First Doctor. That's upset many people. I understand all of that. For me, the best scenario possible is for the BBC to put their heads on straight, stop doing business with Disney, remove RTD and say, you brought the show back wonderfully, you are a genius, but it's time to move on from you, Moffat and Chibnall, and bring in someone who's still in love with Doctor Who. Anyway, let's read the article from The Sun. Doctor Who facing the axe. The actual headline's called Exterminate, typical Sun. As lead star Ncuti Gatwa quits amid woeful rating and fans' fury at woke storylines. Look, I do use the word woke now and again. I don't really like the word woke. It's the only way to describe certain situations within the entertainment industry. I'm not really interested today in having the woke conversation, right? But what woke means today, what woke used to mean was compassion and charity, right? And today it just means really, really far left propaganda. That's what woke actually means today. Anyway, Ncuti's exit as the Time Lord would be the earliest exit of a Doctor, bar one exception. Now, this is a contradictory headline. If Ncuti has quit, because he's filmed season 2, right? If Ncuti's quit, the show hasn't been cancelled. Because if the show is cancelled, there'll be no need for Ncuti to quit. I like Ncuti Gatwa. Like most people in the entertainment industry, he's very, very far left. But a lot of the marketing and a lot of his wording that he used, like, go outside and eat grass and things like that, wasn't him. It was Disney. It was the BBC. They were trying to create hype and controversy to put eyes on the show. It's not the right way to do it, and it went the other way. Doctor Who, in truth, has slowly been losing ratings ever since The End of Time Part 2. The End of Time Part 2 had huge ratings. Now, I love a lot of the Moffat era. I have a lot of time for Stephen Moffat. I love his vast, imagination. He did a lot of good things with his era, but let's not get it twisted. He also upset some fans, and really, from the beginning, the ratings did start to get lower and lower, even though I enjoyed season 5. Unlike most fans, I enjoyed season 6, and even though season 7 could be anticlimactical at times, I enjoyed that, and I loved the name of the Doctor as well. And the Day of the Doctor was great. And the Capaldi era, there was a lot of great in that, but at times that could be underwhelming as well. But ever since RTD1 finished, Doctor Who's numbers have been dropping steadily and slowly. No question about that. But the real issues began as we got really into the Moffat era, then the Chibnall era, then RTD2 has been the worst of the lot. So, let's read the article. Doctor Who is facing the axe, with star Ncuti Gatwa poised to quit and crew claiming to be laid off. The recent series suffered abysmal ratings, with fans outraged by the BBC shoehorning wokery into storylines. And, you know, the kind of stuff that they're talking about, wokery, there was a lot of stuff. There was a lot of stuff in there. But the thing is, there's always been political commentary in entertainment and in Doctor Who particularly, but it used to be done tastefully. Unfortunately, everyone, even the great creatives like RTD, have gone down the direction of anger and frustration. You know, the Trump situation hasn't helped. The Boris Johnson situation has really made the entertainment industry really angry, and they've started not to think clearly. Anyway, the recent series suffered abysmal ratings, with fans outraged by the BBC. Bosses have postponed any decision until Ncuti's second season has aired later this year. Now, you know, I think, look, this is an interesting situation, you know, because we don't know if Disney will take up the option of a third series. I want Disney away. Every true Doctor Who fan doesn't want Disney involved with Doctor Who, and that's a fact. But it's all about ratings. And unless some magic is going to happen, you know, I can't see the ratings getting any better. But it could be amazing. I don't know. Now, we have a new companion, and if you check her Instagram, she's kind of, I mean, everything's controversial these days, but she has some very, very, you know, huge opinions. A lot of the stuff she says I actually agree with. But we got a new companion, but RTD is still involved. He's bringing in some new writers, but those writers are very far left as well. So I don't think that situation is going to improve either. But the Scott 32 is already believed to have filmed his regeneration exit scene, and crew fear the BBC will shelve the show after 62 years. Well, it won't be shelved after 62 years. It's already been shelved in 89, thanks to RTD and his visionary genius. And he was a visionary genius. He still is. I don't know what's happened to him in terms of Doctor Who. I think he's very, very angry and not feeling clearly, you know, not thinking clearly. And I think that's what's happened here. But anyway, an insider said Ncuti doesn't want to be tied to the series beyond this and plans to relocate to Los Angeles, with several Hollywood projects standing by for him. Yeah, Ncuti has got a lot of options as an actor. I don't think Doctor Who has helped him. His team also see a lot of the fan backlash from the series and don't want the perception of him still being the Doctor to get in the way of any future work. The show has been poorly managed in recent years, and there's a lot of people who've been working on this show for years and now being cast aside due to poor leadership. People warned some episodes were getting too caught up on an agenda rather than telling a story, and those people got shouted down and ignored. Ncuti's first series, which began last May, attracted between 2.25 million and 3.18 million viewers, a tiny fraction of what it used to pull in. Here's the thing, you know, there's been big changes in ratings of broadcast TV, and let's not forget these ratings are not, it's interesting, isn't it? Because when you look at, you know, it was launched first on iPlayer and Disney Plus, then it would be broadcast live on the Saturday night. So, I mean, like, the numbers on iPlayer weren't great either, if I'm being honest, but 2.25 million for a broadcast on the BBC, when you already have the option to see it on iPlayer or D Plus before, it's still not bad. But it's not the blockbuster ratings of old. There's no question about it. Look, the Doctor Who show has been damaged. There's no question about it. And don't get me wrong, RTD2 is really, really bad. I have not enjoyed RTD2. His mystery box of Ruby Sunday was terrible. The reveal that she was just an ordinary girl with an ordinary mother. It was so underwhelming. And this whole Anita Dobson thing as well, that mystery box, I expect that to lead to nothing as well. If it's another anticlimax, this show is dead. Controversy over the storylines has ramped up since 2023 when Russell T Davies returned as showrunner. The trio of 60th anniversary specials kicked off with a plot involving a character who was able to save London because they were trans. Another sort of doctor played by the returning David Tennant realised he was gay after developing a crush on Sir Isaac Newton. However, viewing figures were still 2 million up on the episodes to come under ncuti, accompanied by new companion Ruby Sunday, played by Millie Gibson. The first full series had plots slamming everything from capitalism to Christianity and introduced a new enemy played by a drag queen. A huge question mark also hangs over whether Disney will renew its deal. This is the thing. This is the core thing now. Said to be worth 100 million with the BBC. Crew working on the show in Cardiff are said to be furious at being left in limbo after filming wrapped last week. The insider said word on set is that the BBC will shelve the series for at least 5 years. Look, nobody knows how long you can shelve a series for, so that's nonsense. So I don't believe that. The crew were told not to hold their breath for work on the series for at least 10 years. You know, anything can happen to the crew in the next 10 years. Again, that's nonsense. As we scramble to find work, those responsible get to ride off onto another well-paid projects without any repercussions. Filming wrapped on Friday afternoon with no fanfare or celebration. Ncuti's exit as the timer would be the earliest since Christopher Eccleston, who left who left after just one series in 2025. Interestingly, very exciting news actually, if you're a big Finnish fan, Christopher Eccleston and Billy Piper are reuniting as Nine and Rose for some big Finnish stories. Eccleston has embraced Big Finish, which is made by different people than the actual TV show. This is the most exciting, most positive news we've had in Doctor Who, and this is much more exciting than anything going on in RTD2. Ncuti was brought in by Russell T Davies, who rebooted the franchise in 2005 before leaving in 2009, only to return 2 years ago. Ncuti's exit at the time, as the Time Lord, would be the earliest since Christopher Eccleston. Yeah, we've done all that. The actor has appeared in Barbie and has been making another film. So basically, they don't really have anything that concrete. But they're just working off the rumours. They're working off the fact that no decision will be made at this point, and they're taking advantage of that. It's normally the Mirror who has a journalist who understands what's going on in Doctor Who. It's normally the Mirror who know what they're talking about. I think the Mirror have previously echoed that Doctor Who will be cancelled, but we simply don't know. On the BBC side, they've denied that any decision has been made to cancel Doctor Who, but what they're not denying are the reports that Ncuti Gatwa has quit as the Doctor. Now that, my friends, is very, very interesting. So would it be 2 seasons and done for Ncuti Gatwa? Now, according to The Sun, he's already filmed his regeneration scenes, something the BBC haven't denied. So the only thing they've denied is that Doctor Who has been cancelled and they haven't taken a decision on the future of the show. Considering that the question of renewal from 2005 up to recently was never in question. The show would go on and on and on. You never used to hear about it being renewed. You just knew after the, for example, after the first season of the revival, we'd have, Doctor Who will return. But, we didn't really listen to, about renewals because the show was so popular. There was no official announcement. It just used to go on and on and on. What Russell T Davies did by bringing the show back was absolutely outstanding and amazing. But Doctor Who has become tired because it's run by tired, angry people. and it has a tired, angry showrunner right now. Someone I've always respected as a producer and a storyteller, but it doesn't make him perfect.